be able to access healthcare.
Yeah.
So we are intensifying the education on this. I mean, on the rabies, so that not just the clients or the patients are the ones listening, but the health givers as well, the healthcare providers as well are also listening. And so, I mean, it's your responsibility to know about it as a doctor or a healthcare giver. However, if whoever is sitting there misses it, it's up to the person who is receiving care to ask that, oh, I've heard about rabies. I mean, isn't my child at risk? You see, so the whole thing about public health education awareness is also so that there is some kind of accountability. So you know what I'm expecting from my healthcare giver. Yeah. I also know what my my client is expecting from me. So it's a two-way thing.
Yes.
It's not as if I don't know anything. I just go and sit there and then he says, "Oh, do this." You know. So yes, doctors should know, nurses should know, everyone providing healthcare should know.
Right.
However, I mean, we should all know and be sensitized about it.
Okay. Dr. Kikimoto, let me ask you this as well. What's the policy when it comes to stray dogs within our country, our city centers, our urban areas? Because if they're running around, nobody is claiming ownership. The dogs too are not standing in front of their master's door to show you that this is where they live. What's happening? I mean,
I normally say that. For example, I can give you statistics. This year alone, from January to June, because we are in July, I've not yet got the data on that. We have 247 dog bite cases.
Sorry, repeat the time period again.
From January, 1st January.
This year?
Yes, to 30th June. We have already got 247.
Because they're going around and biting people like this.
No, you see, it is the owner that is frustrated. That has gone to the dog. It's not the dog which is frustrated.
We don't know who the owners are.
No, you see, Benny, the problem is that you have born a child. They didn't ask you to born him.
Yes.
So when you are frustrated, the frustration will go to the child.
Okay, so the way we treat our animals is also the way they...
And people sometimes don't know that these animals are just like human beings. They understand everything. You talk to them. When I keep about 5 Rottweiler dogs in my house. When I'm reaching about 100 meters, they know that I'm the one coming.
Yeah, I'm a dog owner as well.
Yes.
So I know.
Haven't you observed that? Yeah. Are they not sometimes better than some human beings? Because there's some human beings, you tell them something today, the following day they repeat the same thing. So what I'm telling you is that from January to June, 30th June, we have 247 dog bite cases. Out of that number, 166 are stray dogs.
Wow.
Should there be any dog called stray because it was born in the house or somebody brought it first? And out of difficulties, it will chase away the animal. So I believe that the policy is that the local assembly, the municipal assemblies. Now, you see, when you talk about hardships in the country, you have to look at it from so many angles. First, don't forget that the Ghanaian population is increasing.
Yes.
And the dog population is also increasing. Yes. The last dog population census, which was done, was in 2009. And that was 906,779 dogs in the country. And these are those living in the house. What are the stray ones?
These are right. Okay.
I get what I'm saying.
I understand.
So sometimes the hardships should not let you, because the dogs, for example, when they pass 6 months, they only eat once a day. I get what I'm saying. So just like the dogs are fasting. So what is your problem?
All right. Dr. Hill, I'm going to come back to you now. Let's talk about the rabies virus as it is. You said that there were periods where people haven't come to the hospital because maybe the wound has healed and they don't actually see the symptoms for quite a period of time. What are the symptoms? What can we look out for to know that maybe this is not quite right and it could be rabies?
Okay. First of all, I mean, I want to emphasize that you might have the bites today, but you may start experiencing these symptoms usually between 1 to 3 months. It could start as early as about 4 days or as late as about 6 years. But the most important thing is that there's a dog bite from a dog that is carrying the rabies virus. Okay, so the symptoms are usually fever, and then they may complain of headaches, and then they will have involuntary muscle movements. And then later on, I mean, some may become unconscious. Later on, some of them may have what we call hydrophobia. And hydrophobia is the fear of water. Even when you suggest to them that they should drink water, they start having contractions in their neck muscles, which is very painful. So they don't want to drink water. But that's quite a late sign.
Symptom, okay.
Yes, a late symptom. Yes, and then I mean, because of how this is, anybody at the health center who sees this person first, if the person doesn't suspect or think about rabies, and the parents also don't offer the information, or whoever doesn't offer the information that this person has been bitten by a dog, then rabies will not be suspected in the first place.
Most likely malaria.
Yes. You're a doctor as
Right.
well now. Experiencing the symptoms, it's just too late. So it's important that you follow up from the dog bite, you report to the hospital, and then you follow up with the vaccinations. Very important.
Okay.
It's a 5-day schedule. You make sure that you have all of them, all the
Vaccinations.
shots. Yes.
Okay. We've actually run out of time, but I want to say thank you both for coming in this morning and educating us more about rabies. And it'll be interesting to find out what the statistics are for later on this year as well. Once again, I want to say thank you for coming in. This has been Dr. Bashiru Boy Kikimoto. He is the head of Veterinary Public Health Unit, country director of the Global Alliance for Rabies Control, and Dr. Hilda Mantibia Boy. She's a medical officer at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Thank you both for coming in this morning.
Thank you for
And this has
having
been our
us.
health segment. Also, I mean, if you're out there, you have to be responsible for your own health as well. If you've been bitten by a dog, remember and tell your health professional. We'll be back in just